Hi everyone, this is week 9. We have a very short lecture for this week. The only thing we are learning in this week is called a law of sines. And here's the motivation. So far we have focused exclusively on right angle triangles. And now we're going to try to analyze a generic triangle using um, right angle triangle. So here's what we do. If we start with any triangle ABC, the labeling is capital letters for the vertices, small letters for the sides, such that you label the opposite side with the same alphabet or the same letter. In order to start analyzing this, we are going to make a 90 degrees here. So we have two right angle triangle. Yeah, in the left right triangle. So that's this one, right? This is what I have. There's a 90 degrees. This is H and this is B, and this is angle C. So sine C is going to be opposite over hypotenuse. So H over B. In the right triangle, the right triangle, that's angle B. This is H and C. So sine B is going to be H over C. Now if I cross multiply, then I get, so cross multiply. Cross multiply, I have H is B sine C and H is C sine B. But they have to be equal. So B sine C equals C sine B. Or um, this is, you can think of it as like the opposite of cross multiplication, and the opposite of cross multiplication yields this result. B over sine B is C over sine C. So you can see this is kind of symmetric. And then if you drop a perpendicular from C and you find another set of equation, and this equation is called the sine law. So it's symmetric. You have A, and then you have B and B, and then you have C and C. Let's look at a couple of examples. First is a straightforward numerical example. So you're given a triangle. So you start by making a triangle which is not right angle. ABC, you have A, B, C. Now this is given to be 22.1. This is 37.4. B is 75.1. You're asked to find small a, small b, and angle C. So let's set up. It's A over sine A equals B over sine B equals C over sine C. Let's see what we know. We know angle A, we know angle B, we know side C. Now, this is actually easy to find out because this is 180 minus 37.4 plus 75.1, which comes out to be, let's see. So that's going to come out to be 180 minus 37.4 minus 75.1 is 77.5 degrees. So that's angle C. So now I have angle C. Let's use these two equations. B over sine of 75.1 equals 22.1 divided by sine of 77.5. Now I can find this directly on the calculator. If I plug in on the calculator, if I plug in as 22.1 divided by sine 77.5, I am going to get 22.1 divided by sine 77.5 is 25.63. So I get B over, and I can also find what sine of 75.1 is, which is sine 75.1 0.97. Sorry, the previous answer, this might not be correct because I think my phone was on radians. Let me recheck. 22.1 divided by sine 77.5. 22.64. Okay, this is equals 22.64, and then it's a cross multiplication. So B equals 22.64 times 0.97, which is, let's see, 22.64 times 0.97 is 21.97. Similarly, you have angle A, so you can find angle A using the same ratio, because you already know 22.1 divided by sine of 77.5. You already know this is 22.64. So A is simply 22.64 times the sine of 37.4, which comes out to 22.64 times sine of 37.4, which is 13.76. And that's what you're trying to find out. Now let's look at a word problem example. It says an airplane is sighted from points A and B on the ground level. Again, with word problems, we're going to start by marking all the things that are being talked about. So there's an airplane. There are points A and B on the ground. So let's make the ground. Let's say that's the ground. And there's the airplane and points A and points B. These are 357 feet apart. At point A, the angle of elevation to the airplane is 41.2. The angle of elevation means it's the angle made by point A with the horizontal. For B, the angle of elevation is 46.9 degrees. And the question is, how high is the airplane? So you're actually finding this height. Now remember, height is always measured, always 90 degrees. Height, altitude, all these words just mean it is going to be 90 degrees. So this is what we are working with. Now based on the labeling of this triangle, this is small b, this is small a, and this is small c. Now we know angle A and B, we can find angle C. That's going to be 180 minus 41.2 minus 46.9. Let's see what that comes out to. That's going to be 180 minus 41.2 minus 46.9. It comes out to 91.9 degrees. Okay, now we can solve this just like we solved the previous problem, which is we have C over sine C, that's 357 over sine of 91.9, which you can use your calculator to find out, and it comes out to 357 divided by sine 91.9. This is almost the same, it's 357.20. Then you have small a over sine of A, which is sine of 41.2, equals this ratio, 357.20. So that small a is now 357.20 times sine of 41.2, which comes out to 235.28. But you're still not done because you're trying to find h. So what you have now is a right angle triangle where you have h, and you have this, which is 235.28, and you know this angle is 46.9 degrees. So sine of 46.9 degrees is h over 235.28. So that h is 235.28 sine of 46.9 degrees, which comes out to 235.28 times sine of 46.9, 46.9 comes out to 171.80 meters. So that's how high the airplane is. So for all of these problems, you want to draw the triangle, label them correctly, and then figure out what is known and what is it that you're trying to find. Okay, that's all.